Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're in a little different setup. I'm actually sitting in my bedroom. I just got out of the shower, hence the wet hair. But I wanted to show you kind of what I've been going through with my weight loss. Because as great as it is to be thinner and know that I'm getting healthier, well, what I thought was getting healthier, to be around for my son and my husband and my family, because at 5'3" and 194 pounds, where I started back in July, was extremely unhealthy. I didn't realize how big I had gotten. I didn't feel that big. I was in a 12-14. Should most likely have probably been in a 14-16. Did the old rubber band trick around my pants, around my button to get them to kind of close, even though the button wouldn't meet the hole. So there was just a lot, and it was time to get healthy. So I'm going to put some lotion on my face because I did just get out of the shower. So as I go through that, I'll talk a little bit about the weight loss. There will be more to this video because there's so much more to share. But I wanted to share something that's really heartbreaking. As you can see, it makes me want to cry every time. What I will show you has really changed how often I shower. I wash my body every day, but I can't seem to make myself get into the shower more than once a week, at most twice a week, because I just don't want to go through this, what I'm going to show you. Because as trivial as it really is, it's so heartbreaking to me. It's gotten to the point where I don't even want to deal with it anymore, so I have my husband do it for me. So I figured I'd share it with you guys. And I'm sorry for crying, because I'm normally very happy. My life is incredible. I don't take that for granted at all. There's just this one very small aspect, but it does really bother me, and not a lot of people know about it. So I'm going to put my lotion on, and then we'll just talk some more. So you guys know I love my Dior, so tonight I'm going to use the Dior Snow, and the Dior Snow Lotion, and the Dior Essence of Light Lock and Reflect Cream. So I'm going to use those two tonight. And we'll also start by showing you, I spent yesterday in the hospital. I've got my lovely little hospital band here. So I spent yesterday in the hospital. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see here. So they tried to get blood there, blew a vein. They tried to get blood here, blew a vein. And then lastly, they ended up getting it here on my wrist. So I'll talk about that. I did forget one thing for my face. So let me grab that real quick. Okay, so I forgot my Vaseline. And yes, I use Vaseline on my face. I'm sorry if that makes you cringe. However, I have eczema. I've had it since I was born, so I do use that on my face. It works really well for me. All right, so I was starting to tell you in the beginning, so I'm down 66 pounds. I am currently at 128, which is credible, far more than I ever thought I would be. I actually did not do any sort of footage or timestamps or anything of my weight loss, because I honestly didn't think it was going to work, and I didn't think it was going to work this well. So I didn't do any sort of photographic timeline or progress or anything like that. Hindsight, wish I would have been neat to see. But like I said, I didn't think it was going to work, and I didn't start this journey to do it on social media. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do that. I have heard that a lot of people are interested in weight loss, but I thought that not glamorizing it for you would be a better representation of what I'm going through. So we'll just start off by, I absolutely loathe washing, conditioning, and brushing my hair now. So I do have a couple other piles of hair from last week. I did wash my hair twice last week, and I kept those piles to show you guys. I'll show you in another clip. However, this is just from what I had in the shower. So this is literally just from washing and rinsing my hair. Now this is not what has fallen out in the shower. This is when I take my hair, do that little squeeze bit, to kind of get that water out. And I'm not very rough with my hair. I try to be gentle, especially now in its state. So, you know, I just kind of do this, but I can feel all of the loose hairs. Oh, here's some more. I can feel all of these loose hairs as I'm showering. And it's just heartbreaking. So this may not look like a lot, and it's actually not as bad as it has been since I've started losing weight, but you'll see just how heartbreaking it is for me when I brush my hair. I figured we can do that together so you can see it. I'm sorry if this makes you cringe, but I also think it's important if you are considering losing weight. I have lost my 66 pounds in about 28 to 30 weeks. I'd have to count my injections. So I'm on so it's not for weight loss yet. It is still only approved for patients with diabetes. I fell into the category of being approved for this because I am insulin resistant. So my grandfather had diabetes. My dad does not. My mom doesn't either, but it was my dad's dad. So my grandfather had diabetes. My dad does not. I'm insulin resistant. Now, I don't know if that's genetic or what it is, but that's just what I have. So as much as I was working out and dieting, it didn't matter. I lost about 8 pounds on my own when I first started doing it. And I couldn't get any further than that after months of trying. So I went to my family doctor. My family doctor said, I'd like you to see a bariatric specialist. I said, there's no way. You're absolutely crazy. I'm not going to put on another 50 pounds just for them to surgically alter my body to lose maybe 100 pounds to get me 50 pounds lighter than when I started. I just wasn't willing to do that. My doctor said, no. She said, I'm not talking about that at all. She said, I want to send you to a bariatric dietitian. And I thought, okay, well, I'll certainly try that. So I met my dietitian, who is lovely, very intelligent. And we started on a medication, and I hated it. It's called phentermine. Now, I'm not telling you the name because I'm suggesting it. I'm telling you the name because if you process or metabolize meds like I do, it will not work for you. I was jittery and I was nauseous and my heart was racing and I felt lightheaded and like the room was spinning. It was an awful medication. I tried it for about a month and I told my doctor I can't do it anymore. I'm not going to take it. It's not healthy. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. It just was not a good medication. So then we had thrown around some other ideas of different medications. And she said, well, I really think you might do well on this medication called Mounjaro. And because the way my test results had come back, I would qualify for it. So I thought, okay, whatever. I'm not opposed to an injectable. It's once a week. I'll give it a try. So I tried it. It was very slow at the beginning. I didn't see much of a decrease. But then as the weeks went by, I was definitely losing weight. You know, in the beginning, she said, what's your goal weight? And I said, I don't have one. I just need to be healthy. Because at 5'3" and 194 pounds, I really thought at any point I could keel over and that would be it. I just literally felt that unhealthy. And I'm just scooping some Vaseline if you're wondering what I'm doing. And so quite a ways into it, she had said, you know, what's your goal weight? And I said, well, if I have to have one, if you're going to make me give you a number, I guess 140. If I could lose 50 pounds, I would be happy. Like, let's just get me into the 140s and I'll be very happy. Well, that came, I would say, within the first 4 months, maybe. It had felt like a long time, but looking back, it really wasn't. So I did lose weight quickly. But I still wasn't having any side effects. And so I thought, man, this is great. Doctor said, you know, because I had said at 140, okay, well, when do I stop taking this med? And she said, your body will tell you when it's had enough of the weight loss. I'm like, okay, perfect. So I stayed on it. And then the weight just kept coming off. People were noticing, which I didn't really care about that. I thought I was pretty before, even at 194. Like I said, I didn't feel like I was that heavy. Yes, I was in a bigger size clothing, but I still felt attractive. I didn't feel ugly. Nobody treated me any differently. Gentlemen still looked at me. So, I didn't feel the need to be any less than even 140. Well, then the weight kept coming off, coming off, coming off. And then about 2 months ago, I would say, yeah, maybe about 2 months ago, I really started noticing the hair loss. And by then I was in like the 130s. And so I talked to my doctor and I said, should I stop? Like, should I stop these injections? My hair is starting to fall out. I'm well under my original goal of 140. And she said, you don't have to stop taking it. If you want to, we'll just cut down to injections every 10 days instead of every 7. So I thought, okay, well, that's fine. And I am still on the 10-day injection. It's more of a maintenance now because I do have that insulin resistance. So it's more of just a maintenance. It's not even to lose weight, which for me, it never was really to lose weight. It was, what's wrong? Things aren't working. No matter what I'm doing, how healthy I think I'm being, things aren't working. And so, with the blood results and everything, that was really why I started it. And now I've been on it for, I don't even know, 28, 30 weeks, maybe more. It's been a while. And I'm not losing as much weight, which is fine. I'm down to 128.6. Absolutely fine with me. I still don't know what size I'm in. I think I might be between a 4 and a 6. Everything has shrunk. My undies are basically up to here on me. I'm still not giving in to buying new ones. So if you see me rocking old lady granny panties, sticking all the way up to here, that's because they're still my larges. And then I only wear sports bras now because I can't figure out what size bra I wear. Anyway, that stuff's besides the point. So all I did is I just put my Vaseline on top, just helps to lock in that moisture for me. And because of my eczema, I'm very lucky that I don't have pimples or anything like that. So that really doesn't clog my pores. So I use it. It works for me. All right, so back to it. So yeah, about 2 months ago, I really started noticing the hair loss. So I reached out to my doctor and I said, I'm having this hair loss. I always lose a lot of hair, but this for me is excessive. She said it's not a big deal. It happens with rapid weight loss. Now, I am on the lowest dose of Mounjaro that you can be on. And the reason I did that is because, yes, as much as I wanted to lose weight, I didn't want to do it too rapidly because, and not because of hair loss, I didn't even know about that, but because I didn't want the saggy skin. Now, I do have a little bit on my neck, which sometimes you can see, a lot of times you can't. So that was my main concern. And I just didn't want that for my skin. I didn't want like that. And yes, they're out of shape and saggy. I know that. But, I didn't want all that loose skin. And so I thought I had made the right decision, going nice and slowly, doing the lowest dose, the 1 time a week, and then moving up to the once every 10 days. And not only now is my hair falling out, which I'll stop putting it off. Let's see it. I'm actually sitting on a towel, so I can just dry it a little bit. Now, I am very gentle, again, because it is falling out so much. I just am afraid to be rough on it. And it plays such a mental game because I check my pillow every morning when I wake up. I check my towel when I dry my hair. One time I went to the doctor, it was just my regular doctor, and the nurse, when she checked me in, literally stood there for minutes just pulling all of this hair off of my sweatshirt because I didn't realize it, but I was so full of hair. And I lost my train of thought. But anyway, so I'm very gentle when doing this just because, I'm checking, and here's more. And so... I don't know. I got off on a tangent like I always do. But anyway, so I wanted to show you the very real side of my weight loss. And so I'll show you this, and then we'll talk about my hospital visit because that's leading to other things. So I do apologize if you don't like hearing about lady problems, but I'm going to tell you about them. So as we go through this, you'll see how much hair I'm losing just in one brushing. But, all right, so let's kind of backtrack. So I went to my lady doctor, the GYN. I went to her about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, for my annual checkup. And I told her just how heavy my cycles have been, like awful, so much. And I do apologize again if this is TMI. Just fast forward a little bit. But if you use tampons, you'll know what a Super Plus tampon is. I will go through that in about an hour, which is ridiculous. I will go through that in about an hour. And it has gotten to the point where I have to make sure I'm by a bathroom, which is ridiculous. So I live that week of the month knowing where the bathroom is. Is it accessible? Do I have a tampon in my back pocket? Like, it's crazy. And so I told my doctor about it, and she said, okay, well, I have been on the pill. I have had the implant in my arm. The patch doesn't work. So she finally said, I think it's probably time for a hysterectomy. Okay, great. I'm excited. Quinn is 12, almost 13. This factory has not produced anything in almost 13 years. Let's turn the lights off, tear the building down, take it all out. So I'm all down for that. But that has turned out to be a side effect. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's literally just what came out just from this little spot. And this is what's on the brush. And I started with the clean brush. That's literally just from this quadrant. So anyway, so that was something that has happened from being on Mounjaro, is the increased production of said material after the cycle. And so that's one thing. So I am currently scheduled for a hysterectomy on June 1st. I'm 42 years old. Now, I don't mind not having a period ever again. I love the idea. But that is one thing. So hair loss, the very increased flow. So I'm fine with that. Like, please take it. I don't need it. I'm not using it. However, on Sunday, April 16th, the day after I got back from vacation, I had the worst back and abdominal pain I've ever had in my life, worse than childbirth. And I had ileus after my son was born. If you don't know what that is, it's where your intestines shut down because of the trauma. And so I had ileus after Quinn was born, which I had the medication called Nubane, which is usually what they give you for labor pains. But I had that after I had Quinn because of the pain from my ileus. Now I tell you this because the pain that I had on April 16th was worse than that. Worse. Now, my husband thought that maybe it was a slip disc or a muscle got pulled in my back or something because I was in the car for 12 hours the day before. So he thought, maybe I had done something in the car, hurt myself unknowingly. So I went through that pain on the 16th, and it was so bad that I told him I wanted to go to the hospital, and he said, well, let's just do some ibuprofen. I'm a straight to the hospital kind of gal, and he's a let's try to figure it out kind of guy. And so I did. Oh my God, look at that, you guys. Absolutely ridiculous. So I let it go Sunday night, I think it was. And then it was gone for a couple days. Well, then it came back the following Wednesday. And not only did it happen once, but it happened twice. And the pain was so bad that I was literally praying out loud, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. And nothing I did would make it better. I would twist, I would stretch, I would massage, I would do a hot pack, an ice pack, like you name it. I was doing everything trying to get this pain to stop. Well, it finally subsided. And then it was gone for a couple of days, and it had come back. And again, it came back twice. And all of these instances had been at night, so I still wasn't sure what was going on. Well, then yesterday I went to work, and it had happened about 2:30 in the afternoon. And until then, it had not affected my work. I mean, my boss knew about it because she and I are really good friends, and I tell her way too much. So she knew about it. But yesterday, she saw it happen. She saw the pain. She said, you go home if you need to. And I said, I actually think I have to go to the ER. So I ended up going to the ER, called my husband on the way. He met me there. We were there from about 2:30 in the afternoon. I think I signed in maybe 2:30, 2:45. And we didn't leave there till almost 7:30. And so they did an ultrasound, they did an x-ray, they did blood work, and they took a urine sample. And there were two really concerning tests in my blood work. And I'll have to put it on the screen here for you, tell you what they're about. It's like ASL or ALT. I don't know. I'll put them up here. But those actually showed liver issues. I barely drink, like maybe 5-6 times a year. And it's 1 or 2 drinks. I barely drink. So I couldn't really understand why my liver would be acting up. And then they thought, well, maybe it was because they had pressed down at the bottom of my stomach, which also hurt. The bottom hurt, up in here under my rib hurt, and then in my back hurt. So basically from the middle of my back all the way around the side till about the middle of my chest and stomach, this all hurt. And they really couldn't figure out why. And I'm really glad I'm talking with you guys right now, because if I wasn't talking, I'd be crying again. So this is nothing. This is nothing. This looks so good. And I will actually insert the last 2 that I did from last week because they were twice the size. So I'm actually very happy about this. I know that that's probably like, why are you happy? All that hair, but this is nothing. This is literally probably half. So I'm very happy about this. So anyway, long story short, it turns out that not only has my weight loss affected my cycle, it has also affected my hair. And then yesterday's hospital visit with all the testing, they told me that I had gallstones and I have about 3 to 5 days to find a surgeon to take my gallbladder out. So it has been one heck of a whirlwind. What started out so great, losing weight, thought I was getting healthy, has really turned into something completely different. And it almost has me wishing I was still heavier. I won't say fat, because I never felt fat. Chubby, fluffy, I'll go with that. But it makes me wish that I hadn't taken the steps to do what I thought was getting healthy for me and my family. Because, you know, you hear all these success stories. Yay, I lost 100 pounds on Ozempic, on Mounjaro, on all of these other meds. You just hear how great they are. You see these TikToks. Oh, it's so wonderful. Now, I didn't even know what Mounjaro was when I started it. I really thought it was a diabetes medication, which it is. But it is also currently being tested for weight loss. Yes, I have lost a heck of a lot of weight. Do I look better? Maybe. I actually think I look older than when my face was fuller. But I don't know if I would do it again. I really don't know, because all of this is painful to my soul. Painful to my soul. And I know it's just hair. I get it. But my hair, look at how thin it is. When I was on vacation 2 weeks ago, it was actually quite comical because last week my scalp literally was peeling like a sunburn. My scalp had gotten sunburn because I just didn't have enough hair on my head to protect it. So, and you can see, I mean, even my little widow's peak is so empty. Like, there's just no hair there. I am losing so much hair. And if I put my hair together, this, I don't know if you can see, that is literally my ponytail. I have no hair left. And I'm actually thinking of cutting it because I thought, you know what, I'm losing it anyway, so who cares? So kind of to end this on a fun note, you guys think I should do like that whole Brad Mondo butterfly cut where you bring all the hair forward like a unicorn, then you cut it, and then you get like these really cool like feathered layers? I'm thinking about doing that because really, what do I have to lose? You know, it's so thin already. And I have heard that butterfly cut does help to make it look thinner. So this is honestly, this is all the hair I have, you guys. There's just nothing there anymore. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I should do a butterfly cut? We might as well end this on a happy note because this has been a hard journey. But I just thought you guys might like to know. And Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried Mounjaro, Ozempic, any of those other drugs to lose weight? Have you guys tried it? Because I'd be curious to know what your experience is about. And if you guys want to do a live where we just kind of sit and chat, because there are so many other side effects. And I will pop through here and put some before and after pictures. Well, before, you can clearly see after. But I'm happy to do that for you guys. If you want to see, you know, what I look like before, if you guys want to do a live where we just sit and chat, I love talking with you guys. You already know that. I love the messages back and forth through YouTube and Instagram. Those of you who are on my TikTok, I don't post often. I do want to start more, but I really love talking to you guys. So if you want to have a chat, you know, a live chat, let's do it, because I would love to. All right, well, thank you so much, because you honestly helped me through that. As you saw in the beginning, I was pretty emotional. And you guys really, really helped me through that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for sitting here with me. I'm going to get emotional again. But I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. And let's do a Dior unboxing, because those always make us both happy. So, all right, guys, you know it. I can't wait to see you in the next one. And thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye.